Stop the cap.
Oh my God. Can I start this video off by saying fuck white people before I continue this conversation about this stabbing between some a black boy named Anthony and a white boy named Metcalf, which is interesting because most Metcalfs that I know are black. But anyway, um, so somebody wrote on my community tab about this case, and I quickly responded back because I'm like, oh, here you go. Oh, look at here's a black person attacks a white person, right? And then I was watching Runaway Slave, and he had a video of a neo-Nazi that raped a black woman, and I just responded with the link. But now all this stuff is coming in my timeline, so I was like, oh, okay, must be the case that he's talking about. And let me give out a special fuck you to Megyn Kelly and Steven Crowder, because they're doing the usual bullshit. This is how Trump got elected. They're doing the usual bullshit. You go in the comment section, you read the comments. Why isn't this a hate crime? This is a hate crime. Again, it's never going to be a hate crime because y'all don't even know what a fucking hate crime is. I mean the way that white people try to reverse and say, okay, well, this white person got the guy that shot up Buffalo, that was a hate crime. So this black teenager stabbing a white teenager, it's got to be a hate crime. I can't stand white people that are intellectually obtuse and overly emotional, and all they see is fucking just, oh, it's a black guy attacked a white guy. Did you go into why? Did you examine the case? Did you look at it all? Megyn Kelly goes up there and basically says, I'm watching the beginning of her video, and she's like, and first off, gets the whole story fucking wrong. Goes up and says, a white guy, the white football player went up to the black guy that was sitting in his seat. This is what she said. Sitting in his seat, and cordially asked him if he could, vacate the premises and go somewhere else. And then the black guy immediately turned around and stabbed him in the chest. I'm like, that is not what the fuck happened. I mean, Megyn Kelly can eat a fat dick. A fat dick. That is not what happened. So I'm going around. I'm looking at comments. I'm reading through all the racist comments, and I see one comment that says that the white boy grabbed him. And I said, uh-oh. So then I go and I'm clicking on multiple videos. I'm watching the videos. I'm letting people tell the story. They got the parents up there. They got the brother up there. The brother ain't even telling the fucking full story. Okay, then I found a news clip that actually gave a more accurate description of what happened. And again, all this is most likely going to be, it's a damn track meet. All this is going to be on camera. All this is going to, they got cameras on the fields and the bleachers and everything. The video is going to come out. But again, the story that all these foaming at the mouth white people are trying to make, oh, that's 1350. Oh, why is it just a hate crime? It's black. I'm sick of these people, right? All this bullshit in the fucking comment section, and I'm like, okay, so what are the details of what happened? So I'm listening to putting it all together. So the brother says basically it was a rainy morning, so they set up a tent where I guess, all of their stuff was, or most of their stuff was. And so Anthony probably went and sat underneath the tent so that he didn't get rained on. So he's sitting underneath the tent. The brother of Metcalf, the brother that didn't get stabbed, he basically says, well, we were concerned because, people's stuff gets stolen and we didn't want anything to get stolen. So basically they saw a black guy too close to their stuff under the tent and they said, you gotta move. Okay. Now, I don't know how many people approached him, right? But the fact that his brother was right there, when he got stabbed, chances are it was more than one person, probably the two brothers. So now you're talking about 2-on-1. So they got into a verbal altercation, which Anthony grabbed his bag and was like, basically touch me and see what happens. So you can already hear the voices. You can already hear the back and forth. Oh, motherfucker, you got to move. Oh, motherfucker, I ain't moving shit. Right? All that stuff. Touch me and see what happens. Touch me and see what happens. Well, the brother touched him, tried to grab him and pull him out of the spot, and that's when Anthony stabbed his ass. And so he got stabbed, and the brother's running down the bleachers. Oh, I'm stabbed. Help. Probably, hit one of the major blood vessels, or some people says he got stabbed in the heart, right? So it's going to be copious amounts of blood. Any artery is going to be copious amounts of blood. So, he ends up dying. The Anthony, he owns it. He's like, not allegedly. No, I stabbed him. It was self-defense. And then Anthony also asked, how Metcalf was doing, but, he had died. He didn't know that he died, but basically, he had the knife and was fighting him off. Now, again, this goes into what I said in my other video about, number one, white people trying to regulate black people. Black people are sick of that shit. And then the second part, we don't know what type of, hostile environment, this 17-year-old black kid, is coming from. But as we all know, that is how it is in the streets. Every fight is a life or death. It ain't no, oh, you're going to go and engage in fisticuffs. It ain't like that with black people. It's just not. So again, we'll see the video, whether they tried to drag him out or whatever it is. But, they thought, again, it's North Texas. I'm like, probably no. I already know what time it is in North Texas. You know what I mean? They probably thought like, yeah, we just gonna move this nigga and that's just gonna be the end of it. No. And black people fight back. And, they ended up, with this situation that played out. So now the white people are foaming at the mouth talking about, 13 film. Why isn't this a hate crime? Because it's not a hate crime. It's a fight where the young man had a knife, which is, again, why, technically speaking, you shouldn't be trying to fight anybody. And I'm saying, games, track meets, football game, they all have security. There's always a police officer. Go over to the police officer, go over to the security and say, hey, this guy is in our section and he won't move and we've already asked him to move. Right? Not, I'm going to go over there and I'm going to handle it myself. That's not for your 17-year-old behind, to do. You or your brother or whoever, however many other people, were over there. You see? Now, I can make an argument about Anthony, like, okay, you wanted to get out of the rain, you're in their tent section or whatever it is. I'm like, obviously, you got to be aware of the fact that they're going to feel some type of way. They already suspect black people of everything negative underneath the sun. You know what I'm saying? Like, just leave them folks alone. Because it ain't going to be, it's not a free country. You can't just go about, however and to and fro with you. Like, I mean, we like to say that and whatnot, but that's just not the fucking reality when dealing with them white folks. It's just not. You know what I mean? They want, segregation now, segregation tomorrow, segregation forever. That's the type of time they're on, especially out there in the Midwest. That's what the fucking type time that they're on. So it's not a surprise. I wouldn't advise going over there and being anywhere near or around or in their section. I just wouldn't advise it. Yeah, but it's a free country and I have a right to sit where I want to sit. Technically speaking, you don't have a right to sit underneath their tent that they set up to keep their equipment dry. You don't have any right to sit under there. Is it dumb for them to make a big stink about it? I could argue that, but then again, I can understand the concern about they don't know who you are. You're close to their stuff. Maybe their stuff was stolen before, so they're hyper concerned about that. So you shouldn't be in that section. You shouldn't be under their tent that they set up and they established. They didn't set it up for you to get out of the rain. They set it up to keep their equipment dry. And so all of this could have been avoided with him not being in the section, them not trying to, physically remove them like they're the fucking security, and them going off and telling the police officer or whoever the security is at the field to have him removed from their section because, they don't know who the hell he is. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. But reading these comment sections of these white people, all I gotta say, I'm like, man, fuck white people, man. Fuck white people. Because y'all always turn some shit that's not racial into some fucking racial shit. You always turn some racial shit into some racial shit. Who's playing the fucking race card now? Even before I got into this story, I was like, this shit don't sound racial. It sounds like they had a fucking argument. Egos got too big, and they thought that, this black guy, wasn't going to fight back. There's a lot of white people that got this attitude, like niggas don't fight back type of shit. And I'm like, you dealing with new niggas. Like, I'm sorry, but, they ain't on that type time. You can and you will get fucked up. I've been saying that, whether it's power tools or whether it's, don't get caught lacking. I mean, black people, it's all in their music not to get caught lacking. So I don't know what anybody is thinking when they think, it's, we don't live in the same world. Black people and white people don't live in the same world. We don't live in the same happy-go-lucky land of resources, type of place. We just don't. You know what I'm saying? Black people live in environments where other black people will try them. And when it comes to white people trying, you can get it too. It's just that simple. That's all there is to it. It ain't got nothing to do with any goddamn race. Has nothing to do with the shit. They fucking thought that, oh, we're two brothers. We're what are they? We're Double Dragon, and we're gonna forcibly remove this black guy. And I'm like, it ain't gonna go down like that. It ain't gonna go down like that. I don't understand why y'all think that it's gonna go down like that. It's not, because first off, especially with dealing with y'all, y'all got a track record of being some savages. So automatically black people are going to take it to 0 to 100 because it's life and death when dealing with y'all. Y'all history has already proven that. Black people are not playing with white people anymore with this, we're just going to, you hit us with some lukewarm energy and we're going to hit you with some lukewarm energy. It's going from 0 to 100. That's just what it is. So that's all I got to say about it. I'm this took me off my square of what I was getting ready to talk about, because I had some more commentary about this whole black people in college and all that other shit. But because there's some interesting findings when, really examining those numbers. But like reading these comments, after reading all these comments on YouTube, man, I'm like, man, fuck white people, man. Anyway, that's my video. SWP out. Don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe.
On the scene, diamond blingy, whole screen, checkerboard, Louis V. I'm so fresh and so clean. Stuff them bands in my jeans, slap them 30s in them things. Pull the trigger, let it sing. Then go smoke a Russian cream.
Boo, hold on.
Yeah.
Hello?
We ain't.
Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We outside!